I'm sorry it's so late.
Miss Garland.
Oh, please. I'm Judy.
I'm very sorry, but your suite has been released.
What do you mean, released? Where exactly is it gone?
Your account was in arrears.
Clang, clang, clang with the trolley.
Mama, please don't go to sleep now.
No. These are the other ones.
Hello and welcome to the Fan Carpet. I'm Ellie Torrez and we are live at the London premiere of Judy. There's a pink carpet. There's going to be stars walking on this pink carpet very shortly, and it is going to be an incredible night. Watch this space. Jessie, come to us. Jessie. Look, I'm just getting soaked. This is ridiculous.
I know you.
Why didn't you bring the sunshine?
Oh, I'm from Ireland.
You are from Ireland. Oh my goodness, this is disgusting.
You poor thing.
We need some sort of cover. Can we do this? Let's come
Yeah,
closer.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, we're just going to get you soaked.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about your character, Rosalind, that you play in the film.
So I play a character called Rosalind Wilder, who's kind of Judy's minder when she comes to Talk of the Town in London in 1964, and they strike up a kind of friendship of care and, I suppose, a friendship of care for each other at a time when both of them are both vulnerable and strong.
Welcome to the Fan Carpet.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your character and how you got involved in this film.
So I play the younger Judy Garland, so it's like the younger version of Renee. So I'm just kind of like in the scenes in flashbacks and in Hollywood when she was in The Wizard of Oz. That's kind of like my kind of role, yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. You look beautiful tonight, by the way. Absolutely stunning, even in the rain. Hello, Royce. Welcome to the Fan Carpet.
Yes, no, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here in the beautiful rain.
The rain, I'm not really a summer guy. I'm more of a winter, cold.
Did you bring this to us this evening?
I think I might have, yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, you're looking sharp. Tell us a little bit about your character and how you became involved in this epic film.
So I play Burt Rhodes. He is the band leader of the Talk of the Town Club, which is now the Hippodrome Casino on Leicester Square. And he was an amazing man, an amazingly talented musician who never took the spotlight. He just let the stars do their work. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera there. He let the stars do their work, and he had so much respect because of that. And I have so much respect for him as a man and a musician and an entertainer.
And at what point in the Judy Garland story does he come into her life?
He comes in when she comes across the pond. She's performing a sold-out tour in London, and she meets Bert, and they have their relationship, and I think they have a misunderstanding. He expects her to be a certain way, but there's a real vulnerability there that, I didn't know as a person. There's a big show of Judy Garland, there's a big character, but also there's a real vulnerability that he discovers and learns how to deal with and help, which was an incredible thing again. He's a silent hero, I think.
Tell us a little bit about what inspired this film.
Well, it began with a play, The End of the Rainbow by Peter Quilter, but it developed a lot from there, where we started looking at Judy's real story, and there have been so many books, so many accounts by different writers, different people who knew her. It became clear that there was an incredibly funny, witty, complex woman to explore. And then once Rupert Gould, the director, was on board as well, we really began to dive into the parts of her story in this final chapter in London that spoke to him. I think as a theatre director as well, someone who's done so much work with performers and understands what it's like to get up there on stage night after night and try and find a way to connect even when the chips are down.
Hello, David. Welcome to the premiere of Judy.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's raining. What's going on?
Well, it's for our Gene Kelly musical we're planning, Singing in the Rain. So.
Oh, perfect. And you got an over the rainbow umbrella. So.
No, shame it's a little bit too late for a rainbow, but it's all possible, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Anything's possible tonight. Tell us a little bit about the film and how you came to producing it.
I saw a play called End of the Rainbow, funny enough, in 2012, and I optioned it, sent it to Renee. I'm making the story short, and she said yes. And
was she always your Judy?
100%. Never another choice. Our little joke is, which you only get if you know the actor, is that our second choice was Peter Dinklage.
I do know the actor.
which we actually said to Renee's agent, who also represents Peter Dinklage, and he went, he's a great actor, he would have made a marvellous choice. And I think he said it with some seriousness.
Is he going to be here tonight? That's what I want to know.
No, he's not. No, but she was absolutely, I mean, we knew from Bridget Jones that she's incredibly funny, knew from Cold Mountain she'd won an Oscar, so the drama was nothing to hold back on. And she'd been done Chicago, so we knew she could sing, and I can't think of anyone else. I literally cannot think of anyone else. So it was Renee. And I knew Renee, by the way, so...
Which helps, definitely. Helps get at the script, at least.
Absolutely.
Did the play focus on that part of her life, and is that why you focused on that part of her life? I mean, there were so many stories that you could have told with Judy.
Yeah, I completely agree. And in some ways, you could confidently make a sort of 100-hour series that charted it. I think what the play did that was interesting in choosing this period is she, at that point in her life, she's facing, in a way, the greatest challenges that she has. There's being parted from her children. There's having spent a lifetime working and only to discover that she's $4 million in debt because her finances are so mismanaged. A lot of places no longer book her because of the trouble she's had. And to find her there and to understand how those, how that damage had accumulated, and then to watch her try to push back and still try to find the gift. I think that was a smart decision by the play. But there are. It sort of reminds me of the fact that there have been 4 or 5 films about Winston Churchill in the last 5 years, I think. And I think she is not dissimilar. You could choose many different parts of her life, and perhaps we will at some.
Absolutely, there's many stories to tell. How happy are you with this film?
Honestly, I'm ashamed that I sit in the theatre and I really enjoy it, and I'll watch it tonight, and it's been like the 10th time I've watched it. And it's an awful thing for a producer to say, but I just thoroughly enjoy the film we've made. I think Renee is sensational in it. I've never seen this. I think it's the best thing that she's ever done, genuinely. And
you're not the first person to say that. I mean, she looks incredible in this film, and she sounds incredible. I mean, she just embodied the character of Judy Garland. How important is it that Judy Garland is acknowledged in this way, and why this part of her life?
Well, this is what presented itself to me. So this is what I saw in the first instance. But also, I'm never a fan of somebody that takes you through 6 different parts of their life and like the whole journey. To me, this was like a life in 6 weeks. And I didn't know the story. I thought it was a fascinating story from the off. To answer your other question, why acknowledge Judy? Well, God, I mean, she's just one of the all-time greats. And it had felt to me like those that knew her loved her, but those that didn't really just didn't recognise the journey she'd been on, nor how amazing she is.
What sort of research did you go through as an actor to find out more about his character and how he fitted into her life?
It was a bit of a blank slate, really. There's not much research about him.
Because he was the silent hero.
Yeah, that's right. He's a real, he never took the spotlight. Everybody said he was a musician's musician, and they loved working with him because of his professionalism. So I did my research, and then I kind of had a blank slate to do what I want, which was great as an actor, any opportunity to create.
Absolutely. What particularly about Judy Garland makes her so iconic?
I mean, I think for a lot of people, she's someone they grew up with. I mean, she was an MGM sort of starlet from a very early age, and when you watch a film like sort of Every Sunday, which I think she was 14 when that came out, you can see there are other child players in there, but they're sort of quite fixed and they're doing their bit, and you can just see that there is such a kind of spark to her. She's looking for the little moment that kind of reaches out for an audience. She's funny, she's kind of game, and I think she connected with people from a very early point. And then of course you have Oz, which, The Wizard of Oz is such a huge part of so many people's childhoods that I think a lot of people connected with her, that sense of this young girl who is on a long road far from home. And then there's the sort of second chapter of her legacy, that when she was sort of the end of her film career, she was really struggling. She went away and came back with like an iconic series of concerts, reinvented as the sort of great vaudeville singer, and So I think for a lot of people, she became a story of survival, of somebody who is sort of kicked into the gutter and meant to become just another child star whose life is a cautionary tale, but who refused that and stood up and sang, and with such generosity and such intensity that audiences everywhere responded to that.
And that determination comes across so much in the film. It's a huge theme. You sound nothing like Judy Garland. How did you work on that accent for the film?
So I kind of had I had to listen to her a lot in films when she was younger, and she had like a very specific way about how she talked. Obviously she was American, but it was quite an old-fashioned kind of accent, so I had to listen to her a lot in movies and kind of try and get onto that kind of accent. But as I said, the dialect coach helped us a lot with that kind of learning the kind of phrases and how she pronounced words with her mouth and stuff like that, yeah.
So how much were the mannerisms that Judy has today were matched up to Judy later in life?
I think...
Or did you watch the younger Judy?
Yeah, definitely the mannerisms changed as she got older, like her back and stuff like that and how she walked. But when she was younger, she had like a kind of certain way that she moved her mouth, and obviously she had fake teeth in when she was younger. So I had to kind of like think about the way she spoke and the way she kind of had a little bit of a lisp. But
Did you have fake teeth for the film?
no, I didn't. No, I kind of had to like think about how to move my mouth, kind of make it look like I maybe had fake teeth in. But yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, Rosalind Wilder is still alive, and she was very much, very generous in sharing who she is and who she was at that time of her life and what her relationship to Judy was. So, and I suppose for me, what drew me to the character was that it was something which was very far away. I'll never be that organised ever in my life, even if I tried. I can't be that organised making a cup of tea. Never mind, like. So basically, I was trying to kind of sharpen up my organisational skills. That was my main purpose for taking the role.
Did you feel a sense of responsibility to her fans and her family, which you must have felt? This is an icon. This is Judy Garland.
Yeah, I think so. And at the same time, there's always a line between between trying to find for yourself who the character you see against all of the other accounts that are out there. Almost, there are so many books about her. Sid Luft, husband number 3, wrote his account. Husband number 4 went on the record. Husband number 5 wrote his book, and so on and so forth. So
at what point do you just stop and you're like, I can't read anymore?
Yeah, well, you end up feeling like there are a dozen or more Garlands out there, and that they're always going to be contested because so many people have something at stake when they talk about her. So in the end, we just tried to plot a course and listen to her voice as well in her accounts, her tapes, and try to get a sense for ourselves of who we felt she was. And I think by being faithful to that, then we honour the truth of her and her legacy. It's not a sort of a sugary portrait where we try and brush every problem under the bed. But I think it also pays testament to the icon and star that she was, and hopefully helps people who don't already know that find that for the first time.
Did you actually get to speak to Rosalind Wilder about this much and what what she was going through at that time of her life, and when she met Judy?
Yeah, she was very generous, and there's literally rain dropping off your nose. That is how wet we are, guys. There is rain dropping off this poor woman's nose.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
Sending women out in this weather.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy. But I get to interview you, so it's great. You look incredible, by the way.
Oh, you look beautiful as well.
Every cloud.
Anyway, Rosalind, she was very generous. Is that what you asked me? Yeah.
Yes. So did you get to actually discuss your character with her and her relationship with Judy? And she's here tonight as well, isn't she? I can't wait to meet her.
Really, amazing, generous soul, and taught me, and fabulous, like far more fabulous and organised than I'll ever be in my life. And she taught me how to drink champagne at 12 a.m, which is, very... I
could have taught you that.
I know. We should. We should hold classes.
We might need some after this, definitely.
Yeah, I suppose, especially from Judy's stories is one about humanity, really, and about, she's this incredibly special, powerful, vulnerable, strong gift, which cost her every time she gave that. And at the core of who she Renee. And at the core of that, she's a person, you know, who needs people to look after her. So people are fragile, beautiful little butterflies. You got to look after them.
What was the vibe like on set? Was it very serious, or did you have fun? Did you play?
It was fun, you know. It was playful, you know. I think you can't take things too seriously, and I think when everybody's relaxed and having fun, you know people are comfortable and they've done their work. I think when everything's a bit too serious, you think, okay, there's a bit of tension here, and you don't know why. But this was fun. This was playful. You know, we're creating a world and we're telling a story, and it really comes across.
What was your experience like working with the amazing Renee Zellweger?
Oh, I just love her to bits, and she's just a beautiful spirit, you know. And she, I wish her the world. I just think I was so proud to stand beside her and like watch her do what she was doing, because it's extraordinary. Yeah.
Aw, I can see that how much that means to you when you say that. That's quite incredible. So tell us a little bit about how much you got to work with Renee. Were you able to work with her at all?
Yeah,
even though you're not in scenes with her.
Yeah, I got to meet her a good few times, and she's so lovely, and she's such an amazing woman. She's so talented, and she deserves everything that's coming away from this film, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, she's an incredible person, first and foremost. I mean, she is one of the most humble, honest, lovely, inclusive people and actors I've ever worked with. And you know,
Do you have much rehearsal time?
We had quite a lot, actually. We did have quite a lot of rehearsal time, and it really helped, I think. But she always wants to do the best for the scene, and I appreciate every actor who wants to do the best work. You know, whatever job you do, you just want to do it for the right reasons, and she is absolutely one of them. And it doesn't hurt that she's an exceptional talent as well.
Absolutely. Did you feel a sense of responsibility to her family and her friends?
Well, I feel a responsibility to the fans, to be honest with you, as much as the family. I mean, we sent it to the family from the off, and I presume they get 37 Judy Garland pictures every week.
Not like this one.
Not like this one, but they didn't respond initially. And we just wanted it to be true to the spirit of Judy and absolutely acknowledging, you know, courage, genius, talent, strength, like all these things that anybody that knows Judy Garland responds to. So yeah, I love her, and Renee loves her, and you know, Rupert loves her. We're all big fans, so that's the position we come at it from first of all.
That's amazing, and it's a celebration of Judy Garland and what she embodied.
Completely, and you know, everything you hear Renee sing. Well, everything you hear sung by what looks like Judy Garland is sung by Renee.
I know, she sounds so much like her.
Completely. And the little secret is, and this hasn't gone very public yet, we got sent a tape of Judy at the Talk of the Town. So the nuance of the way she sings is the way she sang at the Talk of the Town. So if you hear Renee's voice crack, that's because Judy's voice cracked on the night of the recording. So
wow.
Extraordinary, yeah, completely extraordinary.
She just completely encapsulated her as a performer.
Completely. Even down to, you know, it's one thing, hair and makeup, and I'm sure we could all be made up to look a bit like somebody, but it's like she carries herself physically in the way Judy does. Like you'll see there's a number at the beginning of the film called By Myself, and she really performs it exactly as Judy did on the Judy Garland show. So there's a lot of accuracy in here people just won't know about from the off. Honestly, it's pretty impressive.
Unbelievable. It's a sensitive portrayal, and that you loved her. Like, this is a celebration of her life. How proud are you of this film when you sit down and watch it now?
Oh, I'm intensely proud and grateful to be a part of it. It was a really wonderful experience working on it. Rupert Gould is, his theatre background makes him playful and inquisitive, and a real joy for a writer to work with. And then,
how closely did you work with him?
We did work closely on the script, and partly because, as you suggest, there are so many different Garlands out there, and so part of the process of working together was finding the areas of shared interest that we could really interrogate, and then shaping things around that. And then, of course, there was Renee, and she was genuinely beloved by cast and crew. She's such a nice person, worked so hard. By the time we were in rehearsal, on a couple of occasions, I'd find myself reaching for a fact of, I think she was doing so-and-so in 1953, and by that point Renee would And she would say, well, actually, it was October 1952, honey.
Should correct you.
And there was this as well about it. And I was like, well, that's all good. I can put my books away. And so she works so hard. And
She nailed it.
she does. And, it's the nicest thing about this whole thing is watching that hard work being rewarded by the notices that she's been picking up, and rightly so.
Rupert Grint, he's amazing. He's an amazing director. He is absolutely. He's got that theatre background. And me, I'm from a theatre background, 3 years of drama school, and I started out in plays, and he knows how to work with actors. And I think that's testament to this film as well. You can really see it. It's about the relationships. And that should be any film. It doesn't matter how big the characters are, how big the scenery is, the world. It's all about those relationships. And you see it in this.
I have an excellent job being an actor, don't I? Oh God. Well, it's very weird actually. Those relationships are shown, I suppose. But she was kind of a young woman who was starting out, and I think Judy, in a way, cracked Rosalind's emotional wall up. Yeah. She's trying to, do something with her life in a world where it's a kind of male-dominated world. So she just thinks that she's got to be that way, and then Judy kind of tornadoes right into her heart, and likewise, I think Rosalind does to Judy as well, in a way of holding and caring for her.
Do you have a favourite Judy Garland film and song?
I have The Wizard of Oz is my favorite because I grew up on it. And it's the cliche, somewhere over the rainbow. Yeah, it's a cliche.
It's the classic.
Yeah. How about you? What's yours?
Do you know what? The same, which sounds so cheesy, but it really is.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a million films that I could quote as well that I would love to see of Judy's. Do you have a favourite Judy Garland film?
Film, well, it's probably going to be The Wizard of Oz. I mean, I'm not sure that that's the most brilliant choice.
It's my favourite too, though.
Yeah, it's an easy choice, but I love her in that. Come Rain or Come Shine, obviously, in this weather, is actually, oddly, my favourite Judy Garland song, so appropriate for the
Very apt for tonight. How excited are you for the premiere of this film?
So excited. I've been looking forward to it for so long now, and I think it's going to be good.
It's going to be incredible. What have you got coming up next?
I'm filming something at the moment, but I can't say what.
Is it? No, I'm not even going to try and guess. Well, good luck with everything, and congratulations on the movie. It's incredible.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Why should people go and see this film?
Because it tells a story, first and foremost, it's an incredible performance from Renee, but it tells a story of a misunderstood woman, I think. A really powerful, fractured woman who people know from her big performances and her character, but like I said, there's a tenderness there that this film shows beautifully, subtly, and so please go and see it for that.
How proud of this film are you? Have you seen the film? I take it you have.
Yeah, I have seen it. I'm so proud. I grew up with Judy Garland. Like, she was one of my first experiences of film and music and singing and performance like that, and I would watch her videos just on repeat to try and even understand an ounce of how she did what she did.
Do you have a favourite film and song?
Meet Me in St. Louis. It's a classic in the Buckley household at Christmas time. So yeah, it's a big. I feel incredibly proud, and yeah,
and you certainly should. Congratulations on the film. Enjoy the premiere. Have you seen the film yet?
I saw it a couple of months ago. I'm going to tell you, you're in for a treat.
Well, that's all from the European premiere of Judy. It's been a very rainy night, but we've got some amazing footage for you. Please remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm Ellie Torrez. See you soon.
Do you take anything for depression?
4 husbands. Didn't work. There's a land that I... You won't forget me, will you? In a land. Promise you won't.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.